Through Thick and Thin, written and read by Gok Wan. Now here's a recipe for Grandma's eggs. Ingredients: 2 large eggs, salt and light soy sauce. Method: boil eggs for around 10 minutes or until hard. Rinse under cold water and crack and peel off the shells. Place in a small bowl and coarsely chop with a dinner knife. Add a pinch of salt and 4 to 6 dashes of light soy sauce. Eat with a dessert spoon and think about your family and how very special they are to you. I've always loved food. It would be hard not to when food has always been at the centre of my world. I joke with my mum that I came out of her with a pair of chopsticks in my hand, and if she greeted me with a loving maternal smile instead of handing me a bowl of noodles, then I might have liked sports and not spring rolls. Food is everything to my family. We not only needed food to live like everyone else, we also needed food to survive financially. All of my life my parents have run restaurants of one kind or another, so the family was always surrounded by food. The family motto was, if it makes you feel good, eat it. We fed our customers constantly, but we made sure we stayed loyal to our own meal times and the custom of eating together. We still do. When we eat out as a family, we still fall into our familiar roles. Dad will sit at the head of the table with Mum next to him. I'll sit with my sister and my brother's 2 children, and my brother and his wife will join us to finish the set. Dad always orders the meal. The waitress arrives with boiling pots of oolong tea, and as she pours it out, Dad will ask us what we fancy. The answer is always the same. Whatever, Dad, you decide. With that, he will rattle off in Chinese an extensive list of dishes. Because none of us, except my father, speaks Chinese, the meal can sometimes contain some surprises. But as the dishes begin to arrive, we congratulate my father on his ordering. Stuffed peppers and black bean, delicious. Or, I've not had juck in ages, has it got pork in it? Or stewed bean curd hot pot, but not as good as yours though, Dad. There's always a big bowl of boiled rice. By tradition, the youngest able person at the table inherits the responsibility of serving the rice. When I was the youngest child in the family, this tradition of 1,000 years was passed to me. I remember the joy of doing my part, and I still have moments when serving the rice of absolute happiness, because to me, rice symbolises stability, unity and togetherness. Food means love, and of course, family. But somewhere along the line, food came to mean too much to me. It became my addiction, my secret, my everything. My days were spent thinking about and acquiring food because only then could I be happy. The effect of food on my body was appalling, and as I ballooned outwards, beginning as a chubby child and ending up as a morbidly obese young adult who felt confused, unworthy and rejected. Food then became my enemy. Food and I had to do battle, and it was a struggle that almost killed me. I think that, in the end, food holds the secret to my entire life. I don't know how I got fat. Well, of course I know how I got fat. Eating like a grown soldier at the age of 3 was how I got fat. But what I mean is, I don't remember going from a thin boy to a fat boy with boobs. The last evidence of me being slim is a photograph taken before I started school, so I'm about 4 years old. I'm standing outside my granddad's restaurant, the Hung Lao, Leicester's first Chinese restaurant. He opened it in the late 60s. I'm posing for the camera wearing Dad's aviator sunglasses, shorts and a Jungle Book t-shirt. Even then I was never shy of a camera, and my campness was coming along nicely. By then, both my brother and sister were chubby, so I obviously didn't want to feel left out. My sister Eulen is 4 years my senior. Gottlieb, my brother, is only 15 months older than me, so when we were growing up, we were more like twins. Mum would dress us in identical clothes. I arrived on the scene in 1974 and was christened Kohin, Gok for short. I was a very small baby. The family legend is I was just the weight of a bag of sugar. They called me Babe, and the nickname stuck. The 3 of us siblings were similar, yet so different. Eulen was confident and academically gifted. Gottlieb was strong and determined, but gentle. I was neither clever nor strong, but I made people laugh by clowning around, and I was always very tactile. I loved to hug people, particularly my female relatives, rushing up to them for cuddles when they came to visit. I used to tell my Auntie Dawn how beautiful she was, and I meant it. I could always see the beauty in women, even when very young. Despite our differences, all 3 of us Wan children were hard workers, a virtue taught by my father, John Tung Shing Wan. He was born in a northern Hong Kong village, the kind where his mother caught fish for lunch in the morning, and emigrated to Britain with his family, arriving in Leicester in the 60s, where my grandfather then opened the Chinese restaurant. While he was working there, my father took a trip to Southampton, where he met my mother, Myra, the innocent daughter of a cleaning lady single mother. They fell in love at once. My mum says she knew from the day she met him that he was the one.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?